Hey guys, this is Make Contact, aka Cry, from the guild Awaken on the Russian pay-to-play server. And today we're going over tank spec for Warrior and why it's one of the best tanks in the game. I'll show you talents, I'll show you stats, and I'll show you a little bit of how we play the class in PvE. So to start off with our talent tree, we'll go ahead and go over each one. So Devastating Blow is how we build up combat advantage, and then the upgraded version is Destructive Attack. The reason why we do one in here is it saves us 2 points to get the same damage as rank 1 of Destructive Attack. If you have more talent points, rank 2 of Destructive Attack is desirable. Deadly Lunge rank 2 is quite nice just for the initial hit and damage. Rank 3 would be nice. The bleeding really doesn't do much, especially since we don't take the bleed rubies. But again, it's still some nice way to spend your combat advantage outside of Tramp. We take Charge for rank 3, pretty self-explanatory. This is really beneficial with the certain rubies that we take. We take Turtle. We take Kick rank 1 for CC. Our Aspect, Fracture rank 3 for more damage. It's one of our main damage abilities. We'll take Bloody Harvest. It doesn't just apply to thrusts, especially when we take the rubies in our third tree. Break, another way to, again, mitigate damage, as well as Deliverance rank 3. Vicious Spin, one of our best cooldowns, even in single target. Headbutt and Hack, just for CC. Harpoon to gather mobs and apply vulnerability with the rubies. Tramp because of Titan's Rage. We get rank 1 of Berserk. Ideally you want rank 3, but again, we're on the pay-to-play server, so we have less talent points. Mighty Leap. The shorter the cooldown, the better. Another way to apply vulnerability. Adrenaline Surge is one of our better cooldown reduction abilities. In fact, it's our main one, besides our break and our deliverance. And then finally we get Bedlam just for some damage and gathering of mobs. Alright, in this tree, again, I'm missing three rubies, so I would have a lot more rubies in certain places, and I'll go over that. So we get our Brutality, we get our Vigor, we grab our Blow rubies, we grab the Harpoon Vulnerability rubies. We take a empty ruby. You can either go here, 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 or here, whatever way you want. And we grab our Supremacy rubies. Then our second tree, we move up and get Vortex so that we can move while we're Vicious Spinning. We get our Vicious Spin rubies for Raging Storm, gives us combat advantage while we spin, and our Bloodbath to apply the dot. We also take Tornado. This is preference. You don't have to take it. It's optional, but it allows for a suck of mobs when you Vicious Spin. And we take our King of the Kill, so Harpoon and Mighty Leap does not consume. We grab our Solid Rock for Deliverance to give us 10% damage reduction, and Rampant Slayer for whenever we use our melee abilities, it decreases Deliverance's cooldown. We get our Challenge because that's our single target taunt. We get a Fence so that the mobs follow us. Again, this is optional, it's not really that useful. Again, I don't know where a situation where I'd really want to use this, but it is nice when you're kiting far so they can keep following you. But again, I think you can do without it. Provocation is our AoE taunt. Again, you could take Exasperation if you wanted to do the same effect as offense. God of War is really important, so every time we charge any non-boss monster, we apply Shock, which gives them 25% damage taken. Again, rank 3 would be great for 6-second uptime. So there's only about a 3-second window where it's not up. We take Second Wind so that our break reduces our mutilation by 30%. We take Deep Defense, so when we charge, when we use our break, it applies more damage reduction in our mutilation, and it's also based off our Supremacy. Final Dash just allows your charge to reduce mutilation as well, also based on our Supremacy. So again, if you kind of get the concept here, Supremacy is really great for us because everything of our damage reduction is based off of that. We go over here and we pick up Marching Trill. Again, it applies Turtle to everyone within a 25 yard radius. We get Strong Shell so we can move with our Turtle. It also gets an increased effect. We grab our Energy Regeneration rubies, our health, our survivability, and then we get our Experienced Fighter for more threat. Okay, and on our third tree, we grab our Stamina rubies. We get rank 1 of encouragement so that we get more combat advantage when we use our destructive blow and destructive attack. We grab fracture damage rubies here. We get our fracture cooldown rubies through using our destructive attack. We take a blank ruby here, so whether it's this or any of these, to come down here and get breakthrough. We get our athlete, and then steadfastness. You want rank 2 of this. Again, I don't have enough rubies, so I'd get rank 2 once I do. Just a CC break every 25 seconds, that lasts 6 seconds. Warpath, again, this applies Bloody Harvest to give us 30% damage increase to all skills. And then we move up here, and we take some blank rubies, and we grab our stand at bay. It's our Die Hard, really important for Astral. And then there's some options. You can take Shackle here if you want for a CC. I find in compasses it's really not important. There's better classes to CC. They have it in their talent trees. They can take rank 1 and it just does as much as your Shackle. But I take this because I do Trial of Blood in tank spec and just general questing. It's nice. So if you have more rubies or you have the 3 that I'm missing, God of War rank 3. You would take rank 2 steadfastness, and then you would take onslaught, which allows our kick and headbutt to also reduce our mutilation damage. And then again, if you have even more rubies, you can take more encouragement, you can take menacing swing, you can take the knockdown tramp with earthquake, and there's also this one as well. Rattle of War, but I don't think it's great because it takes 10% increased combat advantage. So it's up to you how you want to play that. You can also do this where your hat kick or shield slap apply cowardice. It's up to you. But yeah, that's generally it. So for our stat points, we take proficiency and brutality similar, with determination about 2 times that. Vitality and bloodlust pretty high. You want about 600 plus bloodlust and as much vitality as you can. With the 90 more stat points that I'm missing, I'll be pouring it more into determination or vitality, depending on the heroic level. Supremacy, as high as you can go. Survivability and caution, you want this generally about 750, but I take a little survivability in heroics because it gives me more incoming healing and damage absorbed. So it's just great for healers that apply shields, etc. Yeah, so to go over the general rotation of a tank warrior, it's pretty simple. You're still building with your destructive, you're still building with fracture, and you're spending on tramp. Vicious spin applies in that tramp window a lot of damage. You can help build also with animal pounce. So generally you would animal pounce, you'd pop Bloody Harvest, Berserker, you'd hit with a fracture, you'd tramp, and you'd spin. And so now you have all those modifiers going and it increases your damage by a lot. Outside of the vicious spin window, you would tramp, you would destructive and fracture spam just over and over and over and over and over and over again within that window, and then you'd spend with deadly lunge. Do not press deadly lunge within the the tramp window here, because it animation locks you and you would just waste damage. Some modifiers to help you increase your damage during tramp window is Bloody Harvest and Berserker, because they give you that 30% damage benefit to all your skills, as well as another 30% multiplier through Berserker. So you'd be getting 60% damage increase on your spin, as well as trinket procs. Always remember, when your trinket procs at the very end of the trinket, as long as you had applied a bleed of some sort, it'll snapshot it and carry it over. So it allows you to get more damage on the target. Again, for CC, like I was saying, damage reduction, you would take deep defense as the other racial that you really like to use. Just gives you more damage reduction. Again, we have our Adrenaline Surge, we have our Turtle. Don't try to press all these at once. Kind of rotate your damage reduction, especially through break. Always try to keep your Deliverance up whenever it pops up. Just gives us more, cuts our mutilation. Break, again, just more mutilation cut. And try to target all the non-boss monsters, I should say. with charge, because you want to apply the shock effect. It doesn't work on bosses. If you take the other rubies in there, charging your boss can also decrease your mutilation. It's also another good thing for you. Bedlam's only really good in when you don't have tramp up. There's a small amount of windows where you could bedlam. Always try to harpoon big packs if you're running up to them, or mighty leap to apply vulnerability. Always AoE taunt or taunt before you start a boss so that your party members don't pull aggro off of you, because even if you charge and hit, you won't get aggro the first time. So make sure that you open up with a taunt and then do your rotation. Another good thing here is your CC break as well. Battle March is really not worth it. I have it here just because there's sometimes that I might press it to help catch up, but again, just mounting between each pack is way better than just trying to run, unless they're very close. For rank abilities, you can take Glint, Mage, Blink, or Hunter's Trap. Hunter's Trap's really good for Trial of Blood, or just general questing. It's quite nice. So yeah, and then you could precast your shackles too in between pulls in case your party members need you to CC something. But again, like I said, some other party classes can do way better than you on shackles, than using your shackles and CCing. So, like I said, that's optional. If you don't want to take it, don't take it. Up to you. So if you guys had any questions about Warrior or just general, tanking, you can go ahead and leave comments down below, and I'll try my best to answer you. So yeah, this has been the video, and if you have any questions, hit me up. See ya.